All right, guys, welcome back. So we don't have UFC this week. We do have some MMA. We have KSW tomorrow on Friday, but there is a really big fight. We have Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk 2 coming up on Saturday, and I'm extremely excited. As a Ukrainian, someone of Ukrainian descent, I was born here in America, but my parents are Ukrainian. We don't have many good Ukrainian fighters. In MMA, we have pretty much none. We have Igor Pretaria, who's okay. He's all right. But really, we don't have anybody. And it's nice that at least in boxing, we have somebody like Usyk who is just so talented. He's such a good boxer. He's such a legend. He's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. And I'm super hyped to see him fight this weekend. So the first time they fought, I was pretty nervous going into it because he's so much smaller. He's a lot smaller than all of these heavyweights. He comes from a smaller weight class, and just to see him like face to face against Tyson Fury the first time, I was like, damn, we're probably in trouble. And the fight played out pretty interesting. At first, it looked like Fury really was the better guy. He was able to land that jab over and over and over again. He was able to use his range quite a bit. He was landing more often. He was maybe landing a little bit more effectively early, but that really wasn't the case as the fight progressed. Usyk did a really good job of closing the distance. He did a really good job of getting into his own range. He did a great job of being able to hurt Tyson Fury. Fury got saved there. I believe it was round 9 where the ref kind of saved him. And there was a few times where that fight looked like it was just about to be over. And it was a really good performance from Usyk. This time around, Fury does seem to be taking it really serious. I think he said he hasn't spoken to his wife in like 3 months or something like that. I don't know how that helps, but maybe it helps him. And he does seem very focused. Both guys do. If you guys just saw their face off, I think it was today or yesterday, they faced off, I think, for 10 minutes straight. They just stared at each other. So I'm super hype. I think most people are. And I don't know if this one's going to play out super differently. I think maybe Fury will be a little bit more prepared. Maybe he underestimated how powerful Usyk was. Maybe he underestimated his movement because Usyk did a really good job the first time at moving at the head movement of avoiding all the shots coming his way from Fury. And I think he's going to be able to do it this time around. Maybe Fury's a little bit more prepared. Maybe now he's a little bit more prepared for the shots. Maybe he didn't expect such a smaller guy to hit so hard, to be able to hurt him multiple times, not just once with a lucky shot. It was certainly not a lucky shot. It was set up perfectly. So maybe he's a little bit more prepared for that. Maybe it'll be a bit more competitive. It was a competitive fight. I wouldn't say it was one-way traffic the entire time because it wasn't. But as the fight progressed, it kind of did become a one-way traffic fight. I think this one will be more competitive. I think it'll be closer. What I'm pretty certain about is I do think it's going to go to a decision. I don't think there's going to be a finish. Like I said, I think Fury's a little bit more prepared for that power now, and I don't really see Fury finishing Usyk. He didn't really seem to hurt him that first time around, and Usyk is very, very durable. So I don't really think there's going to be a finish on the Fury side, and I think Usyk could maybe finish this time if the referee isn't, pretty biased. Then maybe he could finish, but I kind of expect a very close back and forth fight where Fury's maybe landing more. Maybe that jab is working for him again, but Usyk's landing harder. Usyk's landing more effectively. Usyk's backing him up because that's something he did really well. Was he was constantly on his front foot, moving forward and forward and forward. And I think that's something that he can do again. So overall, I think that if you're betting this, I like fight goes the distance or whatever it's called in boxing. I took it at minus 155. I think that's a solid play. And then I also do have a money line play on Usyk at minus 155, the same line. I think it's maybe accurate, maybe a little bit wide. It seems accurate considering how the first fight went, maybe even not wide enough if you're like really convinced that Fury didn't make any adjustments. For me, knowing how good Fury is, I still consider him one of the best at heavyweight, especially. I feel like he's probably, made those adjustments. I think it's going to be a closer fight this time. So maybe that minus 155 is a little off, but I liked it enough to play it. So if you don't want to take a side, I think the fight goes is probably the best bet because, especially if you like Fury, I think that's a solid play because I really don't think Fury's going to knock out Usyk. I just don't see it personally. And that way you're covered no matter who wins. And like I said, I really expect it to be close. So maybe if you're holding a minus 155 Usyk ticket like I am, you might get a little bit stressed out. So that's where I'm at. I have both of them. I have the money line and the fight goes, but maybe you can also wait. I'm not the best at line movement. Anyone who watches my MMA content knows I'm not great with judging line movement. From the general consensus, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like a lot of people are on Usyk. So if you're waiting, if you're on Fury, if you like Fury to win, maybe wait. You might get a better line. But it's also possible that the people who kind of bet bigger sums, who bet more money, they might be waiting for more liquidity in the market, and they might hop onto the Fury side. Maybe we get a better line on Usyk. I'm not fully certain. I think it's the money will come in on Usyk because my experience, at least with MMA, is the general public in a rematch will steamroll the side that won the first time. And I kind of think that's going to happen again. So you might get a better entry on Fury closer to fight time. But overall, that's where I'm at. I like Usyk to win. I like the fight to go to a decision. But overall, I'm super excited about this fight. I really like watching Usyk fight. I love that he's so much smaller than all these guys, and he's still coming out there, and he's still looking amazing, and he's getting these dubs. And if he wins this one too, I think he's going to cement himself as one of the best. And I'm really excited, and I wish him the best. I'm a little bit biased, as you guys could tell. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, Usyk for the win. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.